How's it going, everybody? This is Jose from the Stock Market 101 channel, and I hope you guys are having an amazing day. And as always, if you guys haven't checked out my latest videos, I suggest you go check them out real quick. But other than that, let's get right into it. Alrighty, guys, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. How hard did my account drop this month? Because, October was a pretty rough month for anyone that's been investing in the stock market. So let's see what the damage has been done to my account. And I'm showing you guys because it's not always going to be good in the stock market. There's going to be some down days and even down months. So let's see how my account did. And as you see, my account is at $6,700. And in the past week, it's actually been rebounding. So my account actually dropped way more, almost past the $6,000 mark. It actually almost went lower than $6,000. And let's look at what this whole month, what happened. Down 18%. It's just crazy. It was like one of those months where I didn't even want to look at my Robinhood account, and for the most part I was really just not even paying attention to my account because it was just sad. And one thing that I've learned this month was to always have cash on the side, and that's one thing that I didn't have right before October. I did in fact get a call option which cost $2,700 at the time for Facebook, and I think this was a big mistake, but it is a learning experience. But I should have been more patient with Facebook because Facebook still dropped way more than I was anticipating at the time. And let's look at the call option that I have. As you see, the cost that I bought it at was at $26.30. So I did have about quite a bit of cash on hand, but I decided to go for this call option instead of just having that cash for this month, which I did not anticipate was going to happen. Sometimes you can't just time the market perfectly, and it's okay, but next time I have to have cash on the side. And I'm just telling you guys from the mistakes that I've made, and I want you guys to learn from my mistakes as well. And as you see, I am down quite a bit on this call option. I'm very bullish on Facebook, but I think this was just a really bad play on my part for getting this call option at the time that I did. But it's just a learning experience. This is the first call option I've ever gotten, so maybe in the future I'll learn from this. And yeah, it still has quite a while for it to expire, so hopefully I can make some of my money back. I'm not exactly sure if it can go back to the break-even point of 181, because I believe Facebook is not even, it's like at 150, I believe. Let's see where Facebook is at. Let's see. Yeah, it's about just under $150. If Facebook goes down, my whole account goes down because of this call option. But anyways, let's start going into my holdings. And the first one we have here is Apple. And Apple did have their earnings report the other day. The guidance came below expectations. Apple said it was expecting between 89 to 93 billion, when analysts were saying that they were expecting around a little bit above 93 billion. And also Apple's revenue guidance was implying just about 1 to 5% year-over-year growth. And some investors are worried that these levels are going to be like the normal levels, just from 1 to 5% year-over-year. And also in the earnings call, Apple said that they were no longer break out unit sales in its quarterly updates. Instead, it's more focused on the revenue. So that was like a big thing people were talking about when it came to Apple, that they're not going to be really talking about how many phones they're going to be selling in the quarter. And if you guys watched the financial education channel with Jeremy, he basically went over that even if Apple didn't sell as many iPhones, since the average cost of iPhone more than it was before, even if they stay the same, they're still making a ton more revenue than they did before. And let's go to the next one, which is AbbVie right here. And as you see, I am down a little bit on AbbVie. And for AbbVie, they have this drug called Humira, if that's how you say it, which basically contributed to $5.12 billion in sales out of the $8.24 billion total revenue. which is up 9% year over year. So that's like the big driver in AbbVie and how much revenue AbbVie is making. And right now I'm just holding on to this. Once I put more money into Robinhood, I probably will average down because my average cost is at $100 when AbbVie's at 83. And the next one we have here is AGNC. This is just my real estate investment trust. And even this one I'm down quite a bit, down 7%. But this is just more of a further dividend that I have it here, which is 10.7%. I kind of want to add some more to this, but I want to average down my other positions as well because of this month really drove down all the prices. And the next one on my account is Boeing. I think Boeing is like the only one where I'm actually doing decent on, where I'm actually up 6%. Boeing didn't really drop that much, I don't think, in the past month. Yeah, they only dropped 4% compared to the other ones where they were in the double digits declines. And they did beat expectations. They did have an adjusted earnings of $3.58 a share, which was more than what was expected by 11 cents. And they had a third quarter revenue that came in at around 25.15 billion, which is $1 billion more than was expected. Also, I read that Boeing may see its full year revenue top $100 billion for the first time, and that's awesome. Congratulations to Boeing getting into that $100 billion revenue club. And let's go on to the next one. Next one I have here is Microsoft, and I think Microsoft did beat expectations. I think let's look at what they did. Yeah, they got $1.14 per share, which beat the expectations of 96 cents. Also, they beat on the revenue expectation. They had 29.08 billion compared to the 27.9 that was expected by analysts. And also for the guidance, I think that for the guidance they were right there with the analyst expectations. For the company expected 31.9 billion to 32.7 billion compared to what the analysts wanted, and they wanted 32.25 billion, so it's right in between there. And for Microsoft, I'm still up quite a bit. Even though I have a small position, I'm up 9.21% total return. Let's look at Nvidia now. I know for a fact that Nvidia did drop a lot. They did beat the earnings. They got $1.76 per share versus the $1.66 that was expected by analysts. They also beat on the revenue just a little bit. They got 3.12 billion compared to the 310 that was expected by analysts. But they did miss on guidance. Nvidia said it was expected to post around $3.25 billion in revenue, and analysts were expecting 3.34 billion, so that's a little bit of a miss right there. And let's actually look at how much they dropped. They've dropped quite a bit. I think that this was flirting with around the $300 mark, and it was as low as $185. Damn. The video did drop really fast. But as you see, analysts are still pretty bullish on it. Only a 3% sell, so that's pretty good. I am down a little bit on this position, as you see, down basically 3.5%. And let's go on to the next one. And the next one is, what is it? Oh, Aurora Cannabis. I believe Aurora Cannabis is gonna have their earnings report soon. I think on the 8th, I think. Where is it? Oh yeah, on November 8th. So let's see how Aurora Cannabis did. I know for a fact that they dropped quite a bit as well in the past month. Yeah, look at that. Let's go to the 1 month. They were right around the $11 mark, and now they're at $7. I think they were hitting. They went below $6. My God! But in the past week, they've been doing pretty well. It's up 16%. And I was reading some article right now saying that Aurora Cannabis could potentially hit 700,000 kilograms per year, which would overtake Canopy in the production. and that's gonna be big if Aurora Cannabis can make more than what Canopy Growth does. And I think that Canopy Growth will be producing around 450 to 500,000 kilograms annually. And let's see how Canopy did. Oh, Canopy did also drop quite a bit, from the highs of around $56 to lows of 33. Wow, that's a steep drop. This would have been a nice time to buy. It's my mistake for I didn't have cash on the side. Learn from my mistake, guys. Always have cash, always. Let's look at Amazon right now. Let's see how Amazon did. I know Amazon did drop a lot. Amazon, I think, was at highs of $2,050 at one time. Yeah, around this time it was at 2050, even hitting the $1 trillion market cap, and it went all the way down. I think it actually went below $1,500 for one of these days. That's insane. But as you see the same trend with almost every single stock that in this past week. As soon as October ended, basically they bounced back. But we're gonna have to see if they can go back to their all-time highs by next year. And also, I think Amazon they beat EPS. They got $5.75 compared to the $3.14 the analysts were expecting. They didn't beat revenue, but it's still massive, $56.6 billion compared to the $57.10 that analysts were expecting. Also, the bad thing for Amazon is the fourth quarter revenue guidance, which was in range of $66.5 billion to $72.5 billion, which was below what they were expecting, which was around $73.79 billion, which is like around $1 billion miss right there. That's important because this next few months are important for Amazon because of the holiday season, Christmas and everything. That's gonna very, very important for them. Let's go on to the next one. We have Alibaba. Let's see how Alibaba. I haven't really checked on Alibaba that much. As you see, they're still down quite a bit. I mean, it's kind of stagnating. It didn't really drop that much in October. It's pretty much been stagnating. But they did, in fact, beat EPS. Let's see. Yeah, they beat it. And they actually missed on the revenue, where they hit $12.4 billion. But they missed the $12.54 billion mark, which is kind of rare. They usually don't miss on the revenue. And I believe it's because it's expanding further into the rural areas of China, where the average customer is not spending as much. And that's probably the reason right there. But over the long run, Alibaba's going to be a beast. I believe in a couple years they'll come back up, probably hitting that $1 trillion market cap eventually. I still believe in this. Alibaba's run very, very, very well. And let's go on to my favorite one, Facebook. Facebook didn't really do bad on their earnings. They beat their EPS. It was $1.76 compared to the $1.47. Revenue, they missed a little bit. They got $13.73 billion compared to what they wanted to see, which was $13.78 billion. They missed on the daily active users, 1.49 billion compared to the 1.51, which was expected. For the guidance, Facebook is in fact expecting between 18 billion to 20 billion in 2019, which beats analyst estimates of 17.29 billion. So they have a very, very great chance of being that right there. And as you see, Facebook's just been going down for quite a while now. For over the year, down 16%. Over the long run, Facebook is a very, very great stock to buy at these levels though. Once I do add money into my account, I will buy some Facebook for sure. And last but not least is another one of my favorites is Tesla. And Tesla, this was a very, very nice quarter for them. I believe that they were profitable. That they got. Let's look at this right here. Let's look. Look at that. Look at that beat. That's insane. Murdered. They murdered it. They also beat on revenue, which was 6.82 billion, and what 6.33 billion that was expected. They showed better than expected car sales and a faster timeline on its Model 3 production. Also, Musk previously said that the company would become sustainably profitable, and that's what they did. And also, the company confirmed that it also expects to generate a profit during the fourth quarter, which is very good. And since this came out, look at that. I think this is probably one of the only stocks that went up huge in the month of October. Look at that, up 28.94%. Still, I think they still have quite a bit to their all-time high. I think their all-time high was like around 380. Since Elon Musk hasn't been on Twitter, you see the stock just soaring up. Hopefully they can keep putting up some great numbers. And honestly, guys, from my account, Apple, Amazon, Facebook, and Tesla, those four stocks, those are probably the stocks I'm going to be putting the most money in. And those are probably going to be the stocks that I never sell. I think those are the stocks of the future that will continue to grow. They're probably the most innovative. They are dominant in their space. And that's the end of the video, guys. Please drop a like, subscribe, turn post notifications on, and I'll see you guys in the next one.